Real life people, and I am live, throwing everything all around. It has been such a long time since I've actually had the opportunity to go live on YouTube. And I started a new project on Facebook, and I've shared it to Instagram, and I really just wanted to take this information and this project that I'm working on and just bring it across all the platforms. So here I am on YouTube, and the name of this live is Eat Bacon, Lose Weight. I know it sounds crazy, and if you are keto, low carb, carnivore, you understand the concept of zero carb. But I personally tried losing weight doing carnivore, and it didn't set well with me. I think just because the fat to protein ratio is just kind of difficult to balance, and I always felt like I was sort of sluggish, like heavy. Bacon, on the other hand, is wonderful. It's delicious. It's like, oh my God, I can do this. This is so good. So what happened to me a couple of weeks ago was this. I was in a bad mood. I was sort of pissy to deal with. And I was in such a bad mood that I didn't even want to cook. And my daughter had made some breakfast and had some leftover bacon. I see y'all popping in there. And so I ate some bacon. And a little bit later, I was like, okay, yeah, that was pretty good. I think I just want some more bacon. So I actually, made a few more slices. And then around 5 or 6 o'clock that night, I'm like, okay, bacon. And then it got to me. I thought, oh my God, I'm sure somebody out there has done some sort of bacon fast, some bacon experiment, and I wonder what the results of that were. Because I was feeling really, really, really good. Sure enough, and I think it was in 2015, a man up in Ontario, Canada, by the name of Dan Cabell, did a 30-day bacon experiment. And it's titled the 30-Day Bacon Experiment. And what was so amazing about his stats were how much his blood sugar balanced out, his ketones were up, he had 20 pounds weight loss, plus his blood pressure came down like 30 points. So I will, YouTube as, I'm trying to pull this up so that I can see comments as we go along here. There we go. Yeah, I guess I do have to do that because I logged out. My channel, I don't know. I'll deal with it later, guys. Whatever it is. So anyways, he had some really good stats. And I thought to myself, hey, let's give it a try. So Monday, I came in from a flight back from Denver, went to a low-carb conference there. It was amazing, by the way. And we started a 7-day bacon fast. Now, Dan Cabell did 30 days, all right? And he had great results. But I'm a female, and I wanted to be a little bit on the cautious side and just see how I felt and to see if I could get through 7 days. I knew I could do 7 days much easier than I could 30. And I have to tell you guys, it's wonderful. I've lost 2.5 pounds. This is day 4. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 2.5 pounds in 3 days. That's not too bad. I've got some group members who within 5 days lost 10 pounds, and this is a great way to break a stall. So if you've been keto and you have gone more than 6 weeks without losing any weight, some longer, myself included, 5.5 months at the same weight, no matter what I was doing, I was like, I'm just not losing any weight. So the bacon fast works perfectly. It gives you the perfect 70% fat, 30% protein, you're zero carbing it. And there are some easy guidelines that you follow, and that's all you do is eat bacon. So I thought I'd bring it to you guys on YouTube as well and just say, try it out. If you've gone off track and you're having a hard time getting back on, this is a great way to do it. You can instantly get all those good, high, healthy, natural animal fats in. You're going to kill the cravings for carbs and sugars. If you've got some blood pressure or blood sugar issues, this is another wonderful opportunity to just kind of bring them into balance. So I'm going to try to see what y'all are saying. I forgot that I had logged out. I want to log in to this. And let's do this. How do I sign in? I want to sign in. Live, live, live. It should just let me sign in, right? Oh, sign out. This is not right. YouTube Studio Beta. Switch accounts. There it is. I'm going to do Keto for Real Life, people. There we go. That way I can see the comments. Yes. The comments. But I have to take the sound away. Yes. Okay. But I have to take the... There. Sound is away. Now I can see your guys' comments, guys. I am using my phone to stream, and I'm using my laptop to record. So when you see things like, you know, it is backwards, it's because I'm using my phone as a monitor and going live. So we have questions. Michelle says hello. Tony says, I'm on day 4. My husband started today with me. I'm so happy to have someone doing it with me. Yes. You know what? Love it when family jumps on board. Isn't it fantastic? Nothing but bacon or bacon and what else? Okay, so Julie, I'm going to go over the guidelines real quick just because you asked, and I think it's important. So here are the bacon fast or bacon challenge guidelines. You are going to eat 99.9% bacon. It's up to you whether you want thick sliced or thin sliced. You just need to understand this. For men, you eat 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of bacon a day. That's uncooked weight, and it doesn't mean you have to eat all of it. It just means that's you want to be somewhere in that range, okay? For women, it's 1 pound of bacon to 1.5 pounds of bacon. Again, it's by weight. It's not about how thick or thin or how many pieces it's sliced. Eat to satiety. It's really fun the first day or two because you're just like eating bacon like ma, 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 ma. And I actually made it through my 1.5 pounds on my first day. By day 2, I didn't quite eat as much. I probably ate 1 pound of bacon. By day 3 yesterday, I'm sure I only ate like 0.5 pound of bacon because the fat is so satiating. You know, it's so satisfying that it's hard to overeat. It still tasted wonderful. So that's it. You drink, I've been drinking water, I've been drinking coffee, I've had tea. Dan Cabell says that you can use a little sweetener. I'm not doing it. I don't feel like, I don't want to get in the way. Why sabotage my fast? Why sabotage my attempt to break the stall I've been in by adding sweeteners? Okay, so I think it's fine to add a little unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk or even some heavy whipping cream to your coffee, but there's no need for butter or MCT oils or any extra added fat because you're going to get plenty out of this bacon. I promise you. And I will say this too. Eating bacon at this ratio, 70-30, really puts things in perspective. And here's why. You really don't think about how much fat you're eating when you're eating, say, you know, a steak and maybe some cauli mash and some green beans because you're adding a little fat and you're adding a little sodium. But when you start eating bacon, it is like the fat squishing from your mouth. It's squishing all over in there. My bacon isn't soggy or wiggly by any means. It's lightly crisped, and when you bite into it, there's still a good amount of fat in that bacon. And so very quickly you become full. And you might experience, but fear not, because of the fat adjustment, you might experience some loose stools. It didn't happen to me until today on day 4. I didn't have any problems day 1, 2, or 3, but today I was like, oh, okay, the fat's getting to me a little bit. But I have been assured by Dan Quabell that it goes away. It's nothing to worry about. And I've been recording my blood sugar and my blood pressure and my blood ketones, and they're doing fabulous as well. So that's pretty much all there is to it. You can start, you can set it. You can set it for 3 days. You can set it for 7. You can set it for 30. Dan said he had one of his group of people do it for 55 days, and they lost like almost 30 pounds, and they've really made a dent in their high blood pressure and their high blood sugar that they had been struggling with. So I just want to lose 10 pounds. So for me, it's like me versus bacon. bacon versus me. I mean, I just want 10 pounds. If it might take 7 days, it might take 10 days, it might take 14 days. I hope it doesn't take 30 days, really, because, you know, I love bacon. I do, but I don't want to eat bacon for 30 days. But I do want to lose 10 more pounds for now, and then we'll work on the other 10 or so. Let's see. I know I don't mean to be out of here, but I've got to bring this over so that I can read it. Let me set this bacon here. I'll do this, and I'll bring this laptop just right here so that I'm not being rude. Okay. Because you gave me bread, I will follow you till the end of my days, going to get more bacon. Oh, you're so sweet. I love the bread. It's so good, right? You know, I hardly ever make it. I enjoy it for holidays. I made it at Thanksgiving, and that was the last time I made bread. I think the time before that I made it was Labor Day. So it's great for holidays because I used my bread to make dressing, and it was wonderful. And then I'll make bread up when we're doing cookouts, burgers, stuff like that. But generally speaking, I don't crave bread anymore. I think it was just the need to have it if I wanted it, and it to taste good when I wanted it. So I'm glad you all enjoy the bread recipe. Do you eat it throughout the day? That's what I do. Now, I still intermittent fast, so you don't have to. It's up to you. And that was another question somebody asked me on Facebook. Can we still fast? Sure, because I'm not a breakfast person, so I like to eat between noon and 6, noon, 8, somewhere in there. I'll show you right here. This is what I cooked 16 slices. That's 1.5 pounds of the thick slice. I bought it at Walmart. It is the Great Value original bacon, 0 carb. I know there's some sugar in it, but it doesn't balance out. So this is what I've ate today. It's about not even quite half a pound. This is 1.5 pounds, so 3/4 of a pound. All right, so I started munching this morning, and this is what I still have left for the rest of the day, and I don't even think there's any way I can finish it. And this is 16 slices of bacon. I've ate 8 since about noon today, and it's now 4:22. So yeah, I ate like 2 or 3 slices. It's so yummy and juicy. I was full. Maybe an hour or two later, I'd go back and pick it a little bit more. As far as supplementation, let's talk about supplements on this. Bacon is high in potassium and it's high in sodium. So as far as your electrolytes go, you can really just supplement with some magnesium if you like. But if you're only doing this fast for 3 to 7 days, I really wouldn't worry about it too much unless you get cramps. I haven't gotten any at all. I'm using some mag drops that I got from Keto Chow. They're pretty awesome. I like it. It's a naturally already dissolved magnesium. Ionic magnesium with sodium and potassium, but the potassium in it is low. It's like 35 milligrams, 1% is all. And then on the magnesium, it's 50% per half teaspoon. And then boron, 0.85, and then chloride, 610, 810. That's your sodium. So this is derived from the Great Salt Lake and purified and ionized and all that good stuff. But I just put a little bit. It comes with a big bottle and a little bottle, and you just fill this into this. That way you can slip it in your purse. And I'll just put a couple drops in my water. And so long as I get like a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon, I'm getting all the magnesium I need. I am still taking my normal supplements after I start eating because I don't want to get an upset stomach. And the ones I take are my vitamin D3, my K2, and then my multivitamin and D3, K2, and biotin. So that's it. That's all I'm taking. I'm eating bacon. It's delicious, and I thought, well, let's do it this way. I'll pan some up just to show you the proper way to cook it. This is a trick from Dan Cabell. I'm going to be forever grateful to this man. And I do believe that he has a YouTube channel, and I do think it is called The Bacon Experiment. Dan Cabell, that's Quibell. Um, he does really well. He's got hundreds of people who have tried this experiment. And here little old me was, I didn't even know about it until I got in the mood for bacon one day. But he's very gracious. He's tracking us over there on Facebook. You can find him on YouTube. You can find him on Facebook. You can find him on Instagram. So he says, and I've never cared for bacon in the oven. I'm just going to put it out there. I always like to either get my, griddle out, electric griddle out, or just pan fry it on the stove because I like the way it tastes better. To me, it always tastes overcooked and it loses some flavor in the oven. But I would stretch it out in long strips. He said, don't do that. He said, what you do is you take your bacon and you fold it in half. Literally just fold it in half and line your sheet. You get double the amount of bacon on your pan. And it cooks perfectly, like it's crispy, but it's still fatty. It enhances the flavor rather than takes away from it. So yeah, this is all you do. And I've already got this down to a science pretty much with these packages of great value bacon. Let's see here. Belinda Graham, can sub 1 egg for 2 thin slices of bacon. Oh yeah, thank you for mentioning that. You can have an egg or 2 while you're doing this, but for each egg, please subtract 2 thin slices of bacon for each egg, or 1 slice of thick sliced bacon for each egg that you eat, because you're offsetting it. Do expect a little water retention if you're not used to the high sodium, but it will balance out. Just drink water. Just drink it, because you will pee and everything just kind of works itself out. I'm actually feeling much thinner, even though I've only lost 2 pounds since I've been back, and I'm still 2 pounds above my low weight from this trip that I took. I just put these jeans on today. They are a size 8, and I can literally pull them off without undoing them. So I know I'm already losing inches. And it's feeling really good, and I'm feeling really flat in my stomach area. And it's almost that time of month, so I was like, oh, I would plan a fast that way, right? Let's see. Chef Santa, hello, how's everybody today? Wanted to tell you, because of keto, I am now off my daily insulin and not at 52 pounds gone. Gonna try bacon fast for Monday, too late this week. I'm so happy for you, Chef Santa. I really am. These are the kind of stories that make everything worthwhile, right? It's inspiring, really. I'm thankful that, I didn't have any actual medical conditions other than a gluten intolerance. But I love that there's so many people in our group who are off blood pressure medications, insulin medications, cholesterol medications, you name it. That just health improvement. Let's see. Paleo does Barbie. You think like a me. Yeah, you got that, girl. Let's see. You can do it on the weekend. I'm on day 2 and already feel thinner. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. It's amazing. And I don't feel heavy or bloated. When I tried the carnivore challenge back in August, it was a 30-day. I tapped out on day 5. I was so miserable. I just couldn't stand it. Boy, that's one big thick piece of bacon right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there we go. About 15 slices on this one. And I'm just going to pop it. Oh, hold on just 1 second. Let me show you here. So if you are going to be doing this barbecue fast for any extended amount of time and you want to change your flavor up, you can do so. I'm going to make the same pan as what I did the other day on Facebook, guys. This is just plain bacon, but you can take and add some black pepper to it. I happen to do it all on one side and then fold it the other way so it was flavored on both sides. But just sprinkle some black pepper, and then I've got the Select Savory Seasonings Memphis Style Barbecue Rub. It's delicious, delicious. It transforms your bacon. I mean, it's almost like a jerky bacon. And there's 0 added sugar in this brand of seasonings. They're the whole company. They're sugar-free. They're committed to fresh, healthy herbs. Oops, some of them are going to be a little heavy. That's it. Somebody suggested putting taco seasoning, so if you want some taco seasoning on your bacon, or you want to put some Cajun seasoning, or maybe you just want to make garlic, lemon pepper, whatever flavor floats your boat. Season it up. Bake this bacon at 350 degrees for about 40 minutes for thick slice. If you're doing thin sliced, go about 20, and then you'll be fine. Don't burn your bacon, because we don't want to burn the bacon. Just pop it in the oven. 40 minutes later, you're good. This is enough bacon for one whole day. If you're a female, or even if you're a guy, I mean, but I think you're going to find yourself somewhere in between. And by day 3 and 4, you're not going to be eating the whole pan for sure. Let me stick this in the oven. In we go. And that's just how quick this is. I do eat bacon all day. I eat bacon all day long. Scrapbook 54. So I usually don't eat until about noon. It's just natural. I'm not a morning person. I drink black coffee in the morning, and then about noon I get hungry. I made some bacon up, and I probably ate about 3 slices about 12:30, and then I want to say around 1 or 2 I ran back in the kitchen while I was doing stuff and grabbed 3 more pieces, kept going until I had about 8 pieces down. As a matter of fact, I was licking my fingers and eating that last piece just before I went live. Let's see here. Don't think I've ever refrigerated bacon. How do you warm the leftovers up the next day? Go easy on your reheat, guys. I'll tell you, I'll leave my bacon out just like that all day long. If I'm home, okay, if I'm home, I will just leave my bacon set there. Usually it's on the stove, and I'll pick at it, and it tastes delicious at room temperature. But if there's any leftovers, I put them in a Ziploc baggie in the fridge. The next day, I'll pull out a couple slices, set it on a saucer, and I will hit it for about 15 seconds. And then test it, because I don't know what power microwave mine destroys things. It's so high powered. It just fries it. So I put it at about 15 seconds, just until it's at that temperature I like. And you can do it in little tiny increments, because you just don't want to overdo it. Let's see. Lakanto maple sugar-free syrup. Let's see. Baking. What does your oven look like? LOL. How do you control the splatter? It doesn't splatter. It doesn't splatter in the oven. When we're cooking on the stove top, it's a little higher temperature, a more direct cooking method, and so you're going to get a little more spatter. But at a lower temperature, at a longer time, right now my oven looks pretty darn good, actually. Let's see. Let's see here if I can scroll through. Do you eat throughout the day? Yes. Reggie Kelly says, I'm trying this. Woo, woo. So guys, this isn't a long video. I really didn't have to do anything but put some bacon on, explain the bacon fast, and I hope I didn't leave anything out, because I know that later on in the comments when people will see this and they'll come back and, you know, ask your questions if I didn't cover anything. But here's the gist of it, all right? You are going to eat bacon. Can you eat anything else besides bacon? The only thing besides bacon you can eat is eggs. This is what I got from Dan Cabell, okay? If you eat an egg, take away 2 slices of thin bacon or 1 slice of thick bacon for each egg you eat. You can have coffee, tea, unsweetened sparkling waters, any of the 0-calorie unsweetened drinks. Now, he did mention on my page that somebody else had asked him, and so he commented to say it was all right to have, you know, like a Zevia here and there, but do try to go lightly on them. And I would add to it. I would say this: if you are trying to get back on track, if you've fallen off, avoid the sweeteners at all costs. You don't need to add sweeteners at this point. And if you're trying to break a stall, stay away from the sweeteners. It might be the reason you're in a stall in the first place. So we do bacon. You can add in eggs, but you have to subtract the bacon if you do eat the eggs. I supplement with some mag drops from Keto Chow, which I can share the link with y'all down in the comments below in the drop box. I do take my daily multivitamins. I eat 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of bacon per day as a female. If you're a man, you will take between 1.5 to 2 pounds. But listen to your body. You might get that down the first day or two and then find your appetite completely destroyed and not want to eat. Eat to satiety. If you don't feel like eating, don't eat. You can IF if you want to. You can eat it all at once if you want to. And drink lots of water. You're going to be very thirsty. There's lots of sodium. I really just didn't even realize it. I've been keto for well over a year now, and I thought I was really having good salt intake, sodium. I do my pink Himalayan salt, but I would still occasionally get really bad shin cramps, feet cramps, leg cramps. Any of y'all out there ever get cramps? And I thought it must be magnesium and potassium, but really it's the sodium. And I was concerned because there's so much sodium in this diet. And I talked with Dan and he said, look, you're going to get like 8,000 milligrams of sodium a day. But think about the average American who eats the standard diet and gathers about 4,000 or 5,000 a day without even realizing it. It's in their processed foods, it's in their chips, it's in, in everything they eat. And we need, as keto people, we require higher sodium anyways. So it's been great. It's been nice. No cramping, no nothing like that. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Where is this diet? Now you can look Dan Cabell up. He is on YouTube, The Bacon Experiment. You can Google him, The Bacon Experiment, Dan Cabell. You can look him up on Facebook. I'll try to pop a link down for his links in the drop down after I get done with this live too. But it's not per se a diet. It is a fast, or a challenge, if you will. And the reason he did it is at the time, bacon was getting a bad rap. Bacon's going to cause heart attacks. Bacon is unhealthy. Bacon is this. And he just wanted to challenge that theory. And so he went and had all of his blood work done. He started the 30-day bacon experiment. And then he had his blood work all done. And he had improved health. So he just wanted to, make a statement about bacon and eating it. And again, I had no clue. I just had a day where I didn't feel like eating anything but bacon. And I felt wonderful, so then I got curious. Let's see. Just don't tell Dr. Oz we're all eating bacon. I used to really like him back before I was keto. He was one of my gurus. I think he means well. Honestly, I think he has a very good heart, but no pun intended. But we have a long ways to go before all the doctors are on board with how wonderfully healthy this diet really is, this way of eating. All right. That does not allow me my glass of wine. Maybe if you do like I do, you might get away with it because, I take the LaCroix sparkling water or the Dasani sparkling water and I pour about half a serving of wine in a glass and then I top it with a whole can of sparkling water because it gives me the wonderful wine taste, but then I'm cutting my carbs in half and still taking a long time to drink it. I will tell y'all, I didn't even remember to mention this, but on Tuesday night when my husband came home, we went out for the evening and he's like, I know I can't take you to dinner, but can I buy you a drink? And I did have this was very important, a tall glass, a single serving of Absolute vodka, filled it to the top with club soda and lime, and it was great. And that's all I needed. Be careful. This is like the next level of keto. Like, we're fat adapted. We think we got this, but you got to be careful because alcohol will catch up quickly. This is a deep ketosis. My numbers are 2.1 right now in my blood ketones. So they're nice and high. They're in the zone, feeling flat, feeling good. And I'm going to stick with this until I get down to at least 169. And then we'll go from there. My goal is to get down to about 140 something. Depending on how craggy and old I look. So, all right, guys. I think we've got this. Why no Ava fall? Let's see. Just don't tell. Awesome numbers. Yeah, my numbers are good. Like I said, I'm tracking them every day. In the morning, I get my blood pressure right away. I get my blood sugar. I get my blood ketones. and I'm recording them so that I can collect it all at the end of this challenge whenever it stops for me and see where I'm at. I mean, I didn't have really too many issues with blood pressure. It was a little elevated here in the last few months, but I've been under a lot of stress, a lot. And bacon has balanced me out. You want to get rid of your stress? Eat bacon, baby. You know you want to. All right. So I'll post some links for you. I'll share Dan Quibell's information so that you can learn more from him, and he does have services to offer. I will post links to Keto Chow's Mag Drops if that interests you, and I wish you luck. And I hope that you come back. If any of y'all watching this right now during this live decide to do this or in the process, come back and let me know what your results are, please. Also, I'd like to encourage you to become a Patreon if you would. Help keep me cooking. I don't have any other income that keeps me going other than my Patreons and my YouTube channel and an occasional kickback from my affiliates. So I appreciate you showing up. You guys have been great. Happy Bacon Challenge. Lose some weight, and then make sure you post your results. I'd love to see them. Thank you, guys. Remember, I'm going to walk around here, and I'll push this back at the same time. Remember, fats first, moderate protein.